Show me potato salad. Alright, that looks pretty good to me. So, it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, everybody. Spoopy time. Spoopy time. My man is back in Maryland, so I am all alone today. So I am just going to spoopy time it up by myself. A little bit of solo spoopy action. And I'm going to finally get to play this motherfucker right here. Been trying all month. We're going to play today. I took off because it is the most important holiday today. So, we're going to get our spooky action in. I've been reading spooky comics every night. Listening to spooky audiobooks about zombie stormtroopers. Or Junji Ito comics. Every night. All October. So we're gonna keep that rocking and rolling with that spoopy time, and we're gonna check out the Silver Bayonet finally. Just super cool. I've been trying to get this rocking and rolling for a while. Today we're gonna do it. We're gonna kick some Silver Bayonet ass and good to go. So the first thing we have to do is we have to remember the rules. So we're going to take a look through the book, which is still an amazing book, by the way. Legitimately one of the best kind of books like this. Like, the only book it's beaten by is Space Station Zero, and that's just because the art in Space Station Zero is better. Because, like, legitimately, like, the thematic theming of this one is better. But the Space Station Zero book is just, the art's so good. Alright, so what do when you go to play Silver Bayonet? Well, you are creating a team. You're creating a team to go out there and battle the unknown and fight werewolves and vampires and goblins and all kinds of fucking weird shit. What is this book really about? This book is really about to give you like a baseline to like tell your own story, right? Like, this book is intended to be like a primer to like get you going making games like this. It's not intended to like give you everything down to, you know, like a pinhead. It's not what it's here for. It's here for you to like get the ball rolling making your own games. That's what the solo play section is going to talk about, because really this game is intended for adversarial play, like versus, like one team versus another, and then you're fighting over like a situation, or you can play it against the AI. The AI is like the secondary thing, right? So the section of this is just like, when you're making your own AI things, you know, take this into consideration. So it tries to help you like make your own scenarios and stuff. So we're going to play some of the scenarios in this book today after we make our team. I'm going to try to get 2 of them in. We're going to see if I have the energy for it. I'm going to at least get 1 in. We're at least going to do the Revenants today. I'd like to do Luke Garrow surprise, but we might not get there, so sorry. But first thing you have to do is you have to make your team. So much like other Joseph McCullough games, because this is a Joseph McCullough game, you're going to make like a main character, and then you're going to have a bunch of mooks around your main character. So for this, you get to make an officer. I have minis, and what we're going to do is we're going to build a team around the minis we have, and not build a team around being optimal, because I think that's probably more fun. Like, I didn't paint minis for a team. I painted minis, and now we're going to make a team out of them. I had Glorio from Curse City somewhere, and I have no idea where the fuck he went. He just like disappeared. So there should be enough minis. If it's not, we'll just be a little couple man short. Okay, so we have to create our officer. To me, the officer is like a vampire hunter kind of character, right? I think that sounds like kind of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab this guy. This guy's going to be my officer right there. He kind of looks like Bloodborne, so need a good name for him. What's the name of the big white werewolf that you fight in the temple? What the fuck is her name? That's gonna bug me. Alright, I gotta look that up. Let's see. Bloodborne. White. Werewolf. Vicar Amelia. It's a lady's name. You're not really a lady. Oh, the first boss you fight, Father Gascoigne. Alright, so you're going to be Gascoigne. That's who you're going to be. That's what we're going to name you. You're going to be my captain. You're going to be Gascoigne. The model has 2 pistols and a rapier. So we'll keep that in mind when we pick equipment for him. So, let's see. We need to select a nation. We're going to pick Britain. Just because they have access to the most kind of stuff. So we'll pick Britain. Alright, so we have our officer. We've got Father Gascoigne there. He's going to be leading Britain. And these are his starting stats. Okay. Alright, so this is where we turn to the community, because there is not a particularly good official version of this. So this is the unofficial Silver Bayonet roster. I got it from Board Game Geek. There's a couple other places you can get it. It's fan made, you know what I mean? I can't really knock it. They did a good job for being a fan product. You know what I mean? So it's gonna give me all my base stats in there, which is pretty useful. Alright, so let's put in some of our details here. What's the father's name? What's our character's name? I think it's spelled like that. I believe. Alright. To determine your officer's starting stats, take the starting line from before and then do each of the following. Increase either melee or accuracy +1. Okay, I'll make that 2. Increase speed or health +1. I don't want him to have 13 health. That seems unlucky, but you know what? It's Halloween, so we're going to do it. Increase courage or recruitment by 5. Okay, so we'll increase his courage. I don't really care about the recruitment. Alright. Okay. So that's what we do for that. And then blah 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 blah. I'm just reading through the book for it. I'm going to keep this up on the screen though so you can see it. Okay. Officers have 6 pieces, 6 equipment slots, meaning they can carry a maximum of 6 items listed in either the general armory or the special armory sections. Starting officers is allowed to select any and all equipment they want from the general army. They can pick 2 items from the special armory. Okay. Let's see. Alright. We have to pick attributes, but I don't think I've got in there yet. I think we do equipment first, right? Or am I wrong? Alright, we'll get to attributes in a minute. Let's do equipment. Equipment. Is it a drop down? Oh, it's a drop down. That's cool. Alright, so hand weapon. Be nice if there was like. Be really nice if this auto filled. That would be really nice. But I guess not. Actually, I take that back. He has kind of a rapier, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make this a fencing weapon. All right, so he's got a fencing weapon, and he's got 2 pistols. Okay, where's pistol? Give pistol. Pistol. Pistol, and then I think he has to have a cartridge box for reloading a pistol, I believe. So we'll go ahead and we'll give him a cartridge box. There it is. That'll let him reload the pistol. Oh, go away. Alright, and then he can pick 2 things from the special armory. Okay. Let's see. We have some holy symbol, oil and torches, silver shot, or silver weapon. So I guess let's take, I don't know, silver weapon and silver shot. Why not? Silver shot. You know, we'll take oil and torches. That seems useful. Okay. Alright, so that's all his equipment. That's all the starting equipment for him. And now we get... Let's figure out how to do these attributes. I don't see anything about selecting attributes. But I probably missed it. Alright. The stats. Okay. Just so you guys can see the book as I go through it. Alright. Attributes. Okay, I guess I just glazed right over this. It's a broad term. A player may select any attributes in the list that are marked as either O. Okay. How many do I get? Looking through it, looking through it. Numerous attributes. Games, similar followed. Okay. When choosing attributes, every officer can have 2 attributes. Okay. I just kept glazing over that sentence again and again. Alright, so 149 to go look at the attributes. Yeah, it's a real shame they didn't make this Excel sheet autofill, because like it really should, because it's just Excel. It would not be hard to do. Let's see. Oh shit. Yeah, it's really back there, isn't it? There's all the enemy profiles. Alright, attributes. Let's see. He can be an artillerist, a combat engineer, a combat rider. Doesn't have a horse, so he's not going to be a combat rider. Expert climber. He can have great faith. He can be hard to put down. He can be inspiring. Indefatigable. master of cover. It can be a medic. It can be nimble. And he can quick load his weapon. Okay, so... Oh, there's more. He can be a supernatural veteran. He can be strong. Or unflappable. Okay, so I think we're going to take nimble. Alright, so back to our little sheet here. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to take nimble. Yeah, see, these should totally fill in. Nimble. Oh, okay, that one works. Yeah, why the fuck don't these pistol ones work? They should totally give you the stats down there. Stupid. We're gonna take nimble and we're gonna take being knocked down sucks. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take steady legs. I don't know if this will come up in any of our games, but I hate being knocked down in video games. So I don't want to be knocked down here. Yeah, see, it fills in there. It should fill in for the other shit, too. Oh well. Alright, so that's Gascoigne. He's going to be our leader. Now we get to pick guys. So, now it's time to look at our dudes and our mans and our dudes, and we get to pick guys to go with them. Now, I kind of suck at making YouTube videos, but I did look a little ahead at this part to make it slightly better, because there are a lot of options for dudes in here. There's like 20 pages of dudes. And honestly, that's awesome, but it sucks for a like first time let's put a list together kind of movie or game. Sorry. It sucks for that. So we get 100 points for recruitment, which, let me make sure I'm on screen so you guys can see it. We got 100 points for recruitment, right? So the recruitment cost is right here. So this guy's 20, this guy's 18, like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to go through my models and figure out what they are. I have it open to this guy. Is this guy right here? This guy's going to be my occultist, because he's, I don't know, wielding fire and has a pimp cane, So he's going to be my occultist. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop back to this like that, and we're going to fill it out. So we're going to have an occultist. Hopefully all this shit's going to fill in for him, because this is a pain in the ass if it's not. Occultist. Nice! See, that one works really good. Okay, cool. What's under special? What are these? Are these like his spells? No, I guess it's just special equipment he can add. Okay, so this is going to be my occultist. So he's going to have spells and supernatural veteran. Let me just do a quick read over it. Okay. So for spells, I think that's like back here somewhere. Alright, we're not going to worry about it right now. Alright, so we have him. And then we have... Oop. Alright. I was checking it because I thought it might be my husband. Alright, let's see who else we got. Actually, you know what? Let's just... So we're not like going back and forth a trillion times. Let's go through and figure out who they're all going to be. So this is my big paladin lady. She's got a big sword. I believe there was a thing called Highlander, which is one of the reasons I picked Britain, because it's like, it has a big sword, it has a big melee weapon. Yeah, the Highlander. Peculiar to the British Army, the Highlanders are Scottish units renowned for their courage, steadfastness, and viciousness when on the attack. When they join a silver bayonet unit, a few Scots discard their musket and bayonet to carry a variety of traditional Scottish weapons, including claymores and lock-tabor axes. So she's got a big fucking claymore. So I figured she's going to be a Highlander. Alright, so we'll put her off to the side. We have this guy here, who is got this weird patchy coat. And he's got a rifle and a musket. I'm not super sure what I want him to be. I don't know. Let's take a look through. I was thinking maybe... I really wanted Glorio to be a duelist, but I don't know where the fuck Glorio went. He could be a supernatural investigator. That sounds interesting. He's a monster expert, whatever that attribute is. Ooh, let's look that up. That sounds cool. Monster expert. Monster expert. Unit may add one extra monster die to their fate pool at the start of each game. No, yeah, sure. Alright, so he's going to be a monster expert, because that sounds fun. Alright, so you're a monster expert. Plonk. And then I have 3 just like shitheads. So they're all just going to be like infantrymen. So they all just have muskets. So, alright, popping back. Whoa! There we go. Alright, so let's see. We need a Highlander. Boom. And then I need monster expert. Oh, what was it called? It was not called monster expert. It was supernatural investigator. Boom. I will say he has a... he's got a rifle. Maybe that's not a good one for him then, because he's got a rifle. Screw it. We'll just say he has a... We'll say he has the fencing weapon and 2 pistols. That's fine. Okay, so that's those 3. And then I've got 3 just infantrymen. Infantryman, bonk. And we're going to be 10 points short, which means I could run another infantryman, but I don't have one. And we're only a little bit short because I lost Glorio, and I have no idea where he went. be at 90 points with an occultist, a Highlander, a supernatural investigator, and 3 infantrymen. We were supposed to have Glorio as well, but that didn't happen. Alright, so that's going to be our team. Our team's going to be 7 dudes, and we're 10 points short, which is fine. That's fine. I could say they're all technically Marines instead of infantrymen, but I really don't care that much. So we're just gonna be a little short. All right, but that's our team. They're all set up. They are ready to rock, and that should be pretty good. Okay, so we have our officer made. We have our guys made. We use this thing. This thing was really nice for making the dudes. It sucked for making the guy though, but it's fine. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Sorry. It just occurred to me we should probably do the solo ones instead of trying to adapt the other ones instead. Alright. 1 second. Going through the book. We're learning together here. Unit sheets. Spells. Okay. A figure with this attribute may spend its action to call upon a supernatural knowledge to try and bend reality in some helpful way. So this is going to be my cultist that can do this. Figure must make a courage check, TN10. The check is successful. They may choose 1 spells listed below. Its effects immediately. The check is failed. Either way, the figure suffers 1 point of damage from the strain of performing the spell. Okay. Pretty cool. Alright, I'm happy I don't have to pick one. Okay, so let's look at the solo play section. Okay. The fate pool is 1 skill die and 1 power die. Okay. So it looks like I go, the monsters go, and then the second half goes. Okay. Alright, cool. So we should be pretty good to set up one of these scenarios. So let's do the Ruined Chapel. Okay. Let's see. Another day passed. The forest slowly grew denser. The canopies of the ancient gnarled trees merging together until they blocked out nearly all natural light. Finally, through the tenebrous shadows, you spy the ruins of a small stone building. Yep, don't cut that. Surrounded on every side by broken, tilted and overgrown gravestones. According to your orders, you are to search the chapel and recover any items of interest. However, you were just about to order the advance. You see figures shuffling around in the graveyard. Alright, the scenario should be played on a blah 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 table. I have what I have. In the center of the table, place the ruins of a small chapel. Place 6 gravestones around the chapel in a rough circle. Each stone should be approximately 3 to 6 inches from the chapel. The rest of the table could be crowded with trees, underbrush, and a few rocks. Place 4 clue markers inside the ruin. 1 in each corner. Place 1 revenant next to each gravestone. The player may place the markers for the unit If you member anywhere within 2 inches of the table edge, the members of the unit do not need to start near each other and can be divided along the different table edges. Okay. So let's set up for that then. Alright. So, I need a bunch of revenants. So we'll pull those out. Alright. There we go. It said 6, but I have a whole bunch more than 6 if I need them. So we'll put them down here on the floor in case. Alright. And then I don't have a chapel. But we'll start our guys over here. I'll start our dudes over here. Wow. I'll adjust the cameras and stuff as we get going. Because usually I do that all before like I start playing, but since I'm setting up with you on the stream, right? Since we're all learning together and stuff, we'll do that as we go. Alright. Let's see. We need some ruins in the middle. So we'll go ahead and we'll put all the tree things in the middle here. And we'll just call that the ruins. Got these cool little walkways. This train is so dope. There we go. Yeah, we'll just say this is the ruins. I've actually been really anxious just to get to play with this train because it's really cool. Oh. Yeah, that's cool. We'll do that. That's really cool. Got this guy. Put him right there. And we'll connect him up to this one. And we got a bunch of zombies. 6 zombies out here. So I'm going to say that this area here in the middle, that's the chapel. Alright? That's what we're going to do. And then I'm going to put the zombies all around the table like this. Kind of surrounding it. Alright. We got some more bones. Got another cool walkway there. All the dudes are like interconnected. Yeah, that's cool. God, this train is baller. So fucking baller. Alright. Yeah, big fan. 10 out of 10 of this train. It's really neat. Have a rock guy over here. We'll put a rock guy back there. We'll put another bony boy back here. Oh, cut the jaw for the dragon. I will say this train was also really fun to paint. Like, legitimately really, really fun. Alright. Okay. Now we need investigation markers. I didn't make those because I forgot they were part of the game. So, we're going to get some dice. Let's see, we need 4 of them, it said? Right? The player... Blah, 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 blah. Place 1 in each corner of their own temple. Bonk. 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 There we go. There we go. Almost no sunlight sunlight reaches the forest floor here, even on midday. Due to the darkness, the maximum line of sight is 12 inches. Vampires suffer no penalties, blah blah blah. In order to investigate the clue markers, a figure must be standing adjacent to the marker. Spend an action point, which can be the move action apparently. And then make a check, TN8. Figures with Combat Engineer passes check automatically. If the check passed, draw a card to see what clue marker. Oh, I don't have cards. Alright, well I don't have cards, so we're going to have to roll for those. So there's a table here for cards. So we're just going to roll for it, and if we get duplicates, we'll just keep rolling. At the end of each phase, place a new revenant at the table adjacent to a random gravestone in a random table corner. At the end of turn 1, place a vampire in a random table corner. At the end of turn 5, place another vampire. The unit continues until there are no members still left on the table. Ooh, okay. So we're going to get flooded with vampires and zombies. We can stay on this map as long as we want. And there's 5 things to pull out. Okay. Can do. Alright. I think we're probably pretty good then, to be honest. Just start rocking and rolling. Silver bayonet time. Let me take a picture because it's just cool. Right? And then we're finally getting to play silver bayonet. Alright. That's just cool. We're finally... Took me all freaking month to get to play this, but we're finally doing it, man. That's cool. Alright. So, let's go through and pull our dice out. So we need a couple different kinds of dice for this game. This is a D10 game, so we're going to need a bunch of D10 dice. There we go. And they need to be different colors. Thankfully, when I was in Montana, bought myself some D10 dice of different colors, which some of them are missing, but I will get the missing ones in 1 second. Alright, let me go grab the missing ones. 1 second. The missing ones are in with my silver bayonet, or my, what's it called stuff? Ugh! The Space Station Zero stuff. Because I was using them as life markers for the Space Otters. Alright. I'm back. Apologies. I wanted to send the picture to my husband. Not because he'd particularly care, but just because I don't know. I miss him. I'm thinking about him. So I sit here and play with myself. Oh. God, that joke's never going to get old. I've literally played like 100 different games with myself on the channel now. But like, I still chuckle at that joke every single time. Alright, we got our baggie. Put that down over there. Alright, we got all the different kinds of dice. Okay, so we're going to get 1 skill dice and 1 power dice as our fate dice. So we can use those to replace any roll we want. So we're going to put them over here, out of the way. And then we're going to try to remember how to play this game. Alright. We have our team, we have our board, we have our mission. Let's rock and roll. Have measuring device. Okay, how do we play? Where's the how to play section? Loading and reloading, jumping, activation, movement. Okay. Playing the game. Alright, we set up the thing. We have clue markers down. Okay, we know how to make checks with target numbers, the turn. Every turn the player will activate each of their figures in their unit, enabling them to move and take other actions. Each unit is broken down into 5 phases. Alright, and player must take an initiative check. I guess I just automatically passed that since I don't have anyone else playing with me. And then I move half my guys, the monsters go, and then I move the other half. Okay. Unexpected events table. Yeah, sure, let's do an unexpected events table. So let's see. Let's roll 2 dice. Alright, and just if we get it, an unexpected event happens. But we didn't get it, so. Unexpected encounters. Activation. Alright, so I guess we just activate somebody and then they can do stuff. Okay, so we're going to try to get as many of these markers as we can and then get off the table. That's our goal. At the end of turn 1, a vampire spawns. Okay, cool. So we're probably going to have some combat pretty quick. So I'm going to mark that page off and we're going to get going. Now, let's get our camera set up so you guys can see all the action. That one's going to show you the wrong stuff. Apologies, it's going to be wiggly camera for a minute while I get it all set up so you guys can see the board. There we go. And this guy here, he's going to do one of these. I apologize for wiggly camera. There we go. It was a bad call. Let's put that back. Let's try that. Yeah, it's not bad. That's not bad. You're going to see my belly a little. So let's do one of those. All right. Cool. Okay. We are ready to rock. All right. So, we can go ahead and we can activate a dude. And he can do stuff. We'll see what we get. Let's put it like that. That looks nicer. Okay. So I get to activate half my guys. I have 7 guys, so I'm assuming that means I get to activate 3 of them, and then all the zombies go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start just moving guys in. So I'm going to refer back to the sheet to see how far people can move. I don't have a single person that can move more than 6 inches, so that's going to make that nice and easy. All right, so 6 inches. First thing we're going to do, we're going to move our infantryman. All right. He's going to move his 6. And then you know what? He's going to take a pot shot at the zombie. He's going to take a pot shot at the zombie right here. So, infantryman shooting at the zombie. Let's learn how shooting works. Alright. Let's see. Making a shooting attack. A figure that's equipped with a loaded projectile may spend an action to make a shooting attack. To make a shooting attack, a figure must have a target within range and line of sight. Yep, definitely is. I think the range... Actually, I'll double check that. Yeah, let's double check the range on the rifles. Oh, we're doing that like it's super dark thing. So it's more than... It might be more than 12. Oh, it is more than 12. He can't even shoot. Okay. So since it's more than 12, I'm just going to have him move again. He's going to get 2 moves. He's going to move up to here to the wall. Alright. I think my captain's going to follow him in. with a double move as well, and so is the Highlander. She's not going to get quite as far though. Okay, so that is all of my dudes, or the first half of my team moved. Second half of now the zombies get to go. So let's check the rules for Revenants. Revenants. I'm assuming they only move like 3 or something really small. Revenant, speed 4. Okay. Alright, speed 4 for the Revenant. Alright, so 1. He's just going to get right up in there. And this guy, same thing. This lady over here that looks like the Grudge, she's going to move over there. And this other lady is going to be her friend. There's like hanging out, chit-chatting, you know, doing zombie things. All the zombies flood the table. Bang, bang. Okay, this guy was up here. Okay. Alright, so that's all the zombies. None of them got close enough to attack. Give me a second. I gotta fix my belt because fat. Ugh. There we go. We're good. Alright. I'm trying to be less fat. It takes time. And when I get upset, I like to eat. So, it's a bad combo. Alright. So now I get to move the rest of my other guys. So let's see. They all move 6. So this guy's going to move up. Let's see. I think the cultist has a ranged weapon. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure he has a pistol. I don't know. The occultist only has a hand weapon. Okay. So he could cast a spell. Let's do that. Let's cast a spell. Just so we can see how it works. Alright. So, go into the book here. Gonna look up spells. Just so we know how they work. He can curse people. He can manipulate. Or he can enchant a weapon. Alright, so let's try to enchant a weapon. So I believe we roll 2 dice and then add his courage to it. And we need a TN10. Alright, so 2 dice. With a 0 and a 1, it's not going to make a difference. Holy shit, that was really bad. Okay, so he just takes a point of damage. Because he tried to do magic spells, and magic spells said no. So he just takes a point of damage. Good job, buddy. We're off to a cracking start here with these guys. They're really just smoking ass here. Alright. Next up, we got the Gleeman with his coat. He's gonna move up. And now he's gonna shoot at the zombie right here. Gonna shoot the zombie. Now we look up shooting. And we see how the shooting works. That's melee combat. Shooting attack. Alright, we're in range and line of sight. Alright, once target is being in range, shooting works similar to a melee attack. Shooting makes a shooting check by rolling a power dice and a skill dice. Add a shooting attack plus any modifiers. Alright. Alright, so it's going to be -1 because he moved, and then it's going to be a range dice and a power dice. Alright. Okay, so what we're going to do, we have a range dice and a power dice, right? The power dice is going to be the swirly purple one. The skill dice is going to be this one. So we're going to roll those. I got a 5 and a 4. We're going to check the zombie's armor. We're going to check the zombie armor. A Revenant has a defense of 12. That is not going to be enough to get through a 12. Yeah, even when I add his shooting to it. Huh. Okay, cool. Alright, so that is wasted, and he is now... he has to reload, I guess, but he can't do that this turn. Alright, so that's his turn. So let's... Alright. We're going to move that guy up there to that cover. Can you see him in the screen? You can! There he is. And he's going to shoot at this Zombo right there. So we're going to do pretty much the same thing. So we're going to roll. We got a 9 and 8 this time. Hell yeah, that's a lot higher than 12. And then we're going to add his accuracy to it. So let's check the infantryman's accuracy. It's +1. Okay. So that's going to be way more than 12, which is awesome. And then we take... Okay, hold on. Let me figure out how we do damage. If the attack hits, determine damage. Subtract that damage from the target's life. Okay, how do I do that? Okay, so we need to check musket. So it's going to be equal to the result of the power die. Okay, so it's going to be 8 damage into the zombie. That's actually really easy. It's just kind of hidden in the book, to be honest. You really gotta read to see it, but that's actually really easy to remember. And then he is damage reduction 4 against ranged weapons. Okay. So he's going to take 4 points of damage. That took a little longer than I was expecting, but it's just because of how the book is written. This book is really intended to, like, you sit down and you read it. Why did we get blurry? There we go. You sit down and you read it. Like, it's not like a quick reference kind of thing. Which is fine. It's just, it makes streaming it like this really hard. But that is what it is. Alright, so the zombie's going to take 4 damage. Alright, and then I'm going to move my last guy, who's pretty much just going to do the same exact thing. He's just going to walk up and try to fuck up that zombie too. There we go. Alright, so same thing. Blasting that same zombo. So we got 5 and a 7, which is going to be 12 plus the shoot stat, which should be more than enough. So we're going to do 5 points of damage because of the power die, which is a 5, minus the 4, so we're doing 1 point of damage. So not necessarily the best, but we are chipping away at it. Just plugging shots into it like... And now basically everyone has to reload before next turn. So, okay. So that's going to be the end of turn 1. We need to spawn a vampire. And we need to spawn ourselves a... another revenant. Alright. So, random table quarter. Let's see. How do you split table quarters on a D10? Hold on. Let me grab a D12. This one's more gross and spooky. Alright, so random table quarters, right? 1 through 3, 5 through 8, 9 through whatever. No, wait, we need... Fuck it, let's just roll and then we'll figure it out. Oh, I don't have the brain power today. Alright, it's going to spawn in this table quarter. Where's the vampire going to spawn? The vampire is going to spawn back there. So, let's grab a vampire. Let's grab another zombo. Alright. Plop. Put that zombie down, and then the vampire's going to spawn back here. Which is a bad look for my guys. Okay. So now we get to go again. So I get to activate half my team, and then all the zombies and stuff get to go. So, let's see what we got. We gotta clear some zombies or we're gonna be in a bad way. So... Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get cheeky. My boss is gonna shoot into the zombie in front of him. Alright, so 7 and 4, plus his shooting stats enough to beat 12. So that's going to be 3 points of damage going in. Alright. And then he's going to move within range, and it's going to force melee combat. Alright, so he's getting to shoot and move, which is pretty boss. So he's like, and then he just runs in and is like, alright. So now he's going to melee the zombie. So it should be... Let's check the rules on melee, because we're still learning the game. Okay. Ba 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 ba. Roll a skill dice and a power dice, and add the figure's melee stat. Okay. And then they get to strike back. Okay, cool. And then everybody's going to take, or hold on, everybody's going to take fatigue tokens. Okay, alright, so he's going to attack into the zombo there, so 2 dice, 4 and a 6 is not going to beat 12. Or maybe it will with his melee stat. Let's check. His melee is only 1, so that means he's going to do 11, not 12. Okay, so he's not going to meet or beat 12. Then the zombie is going to hit him back. Let's check what stats the zombie has really quick. Zombie has +1. Okay. So zombie's now going to hit him back. 7 and 8, which I'm sure will beat his defense. Let's double check his defense. He has a defense of 14, so yes, that's going to beat it. Then assuming the zombie's attacking with power, so that means my boss is going to take 7 points of damage. Fucking ow. Wow, okay. And then he's going to be forced to back off. Wow, okay. Oof, that's a nasty, gnarly bite. Okay. Well, I get some more activations before all the bad guys activate. So this melee guy here is going to shoot into the zombie. Or this rifleman's going to shoot into the zombie. He got a 9, which is not going to do it. And then he's going to... shoop. Just get out of dodge. That's what he's going to do. Alright, and my last person... we're going to activate the occultist, and he's going to try... I think there was a spell that was like a heal. Let's double check that. I think there was like a heal spell. Because if not, I really should have brought a medic. I did not expect this to be as damaging as it is. Oh, no. He can only manipulate, enchant weapon. Okay, so he's not super useful, actually. Alright, so we're going to activate the Highlander then. And she is just going to move up. And she's going to force combat with that zombie. Alright. She rolled 2 1s. Good. 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 That probably has some kind of negative effect, but I'm tired of looking shit up, so. Zombie's going to hit her back. The zombie rolled 10. Her defense is higher than that, so nothing happens. She backs off. Okay, now all the zombies get to go. Oh, buddy, this sucks. Okay. Is what it is. Zombie mall time, baby. Alright, this one. Let's see if we can get a cool camera angle on this camera. That was... That'll be useful for when my guys get more into the thing. Okay. Zombo. Gonna attack that dude. 7 and a 0. He's not gonna do anything. The guy might as well punch the zombie back. At a 9 and a 3, it's gonna go through. And that's gonna be 9 points of damage on that zombie. Man, he clocked him good. So that zombie's almost dead. And now the zombie's going to be forced to back off. Okay, man. Go musket guy. Doing work. Okay. This zombie only has 4 inches move. And I think he can force, yeah, he can move up and force combat. So, zombie going into my cultist. At a 9. Let's double check the occultist's defense. It better be higher than a fucking 9. He's like 20 points. Okay, good. It's 13. Okay. So, then the occultist is going to hit him back. Occultist is not going to succeed in hitting him back. And they're going to force to separate. And now they're both fatigued. I'm just going to throw one of these dice on them to show that they're fatigued. Because he still has to activate still. Okay. Zombie, move it up. Gonna hit her. Let's see, that's 11 plus 1 would be 12. She is 13. She's gonna hit the zombie back. And a 0 and a 5. No, she's not. Zombie backs off. Okay. This zombie going into my boss could legitimately kill my boss, which would be a bad luck. Oh my god. It's going to be a really bad luck because that's a 15. That's a really bad luck. Now there's some way to reduce damage. Let's check the fate dice, because there's something we can do with fate dice here. So I really don't want my boss to go and get gobbled up on turn 1 or on turn 2. That seems unnecessarily unlucky for me, you know. I mean, I'm extremely unlucky, but that just seems like very punishingly unlucky. My guys haven't even gotten to any of the fucking markers yet. I'm looking for the, there's a thing on fate dice in here. The fate pool, okay. To negate damage, I can use the damage from here. For a given roll, so if a player makes a melee check, they must decide if they want to use fate dice from their pool before the opponent decides whether or not to use the fate die. Okay, so I did this too late. I need to decide beforehand. Hold on. Player must decide to use from the fate after a given roll. So if a player makes a melee check, they must decide if they want to use the dice from their fate before their opponent. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to use one. How do I negate damage? Anytime a figure in the unit takes a player damage, to do so the player simply rolls the die. If the result is 10, all damage is negated. That source is completely negated. Otherwise, the damage negated is equal to the result of the die, divided by 2 and rounded up. Okay, so we're going to take one of our fate dice, and we're going to try and negate this damage. At a 9, we went ahead and we negated 5 points of that. Okay. So 5 points of that are gone. So 3 more points of damage going into my boss. I think my boss has more than 10 health. So we're going to double check that real quick. Yes, my boss has 13 health. Okay. Youch. That sucks. Okay. The zombies have just had good rolls against my boss, apparently. Now my boss is going to hit that zombie back. 8 and 8 is 16. So this is going to be a finesse weapon. So that's going to be 8 points of damage into that zombie, which will be enough to kill it. Woo! My boss survives another. Oh fuck! He hasn't survived all the way yet. There's more zombies. Oh. All right. So this zombie back here is gonna move up and it's gonna force combat with this guy. With a 0 and 2, it's not going to do anything, but my guy's going to hit it back. And an 8 and an 8. He's going to do 8 points of damage to it. This guy is like the melee brawler of melee brawlers. And he's going to knock it back. It's like, fucking get out of here, zombie. Man, he's just rolling through him. Well, same thing's going to happen with this lady. She's going to move in melee. 1 and 2, she ain't doing nothing. He got a 2 and an 8. He only has a melee of 1, so it's not going to do anything. So. Okay. Who else is left? Okay, we have a zombie over here. And then there's the vampire. That's a bad camera angle, actually. We have the vampire who's off screen. Oof. Okay. So let's do this zombie first. Shroop. And then he's going to attack. 8 and a 1, he's not going to do anything. My dude's going to hit him back. 8 and a 4, that's 12. So he has a hand weapon, so it's going to be 8 points of damage into that zombie. Man, this melee system can be rough. Very swingy. It's not necessarily bad, but still, youch. Okay, so we have a lot of damage on a lot of different zombies. We still have the vampire. I don't think the vampire is going to be able to get to anybody, but let me check its stats real quick. Just to make sure. Just to make sure. Man, this does okay. He's speed 6. Okay. All right, so he is. Oh, he could actually force combat with my boss. Well, I guess he smells all the blood and comes in for the kill. He's like, "Sup, boys? What's going on? It's vampire time." Vampire, into my boss. And a 9 and a 7. I'm just curious what other stuff the vampire does besides show up and instantly kill my boss. Because that looks like what he does. Because he has a... he's got a melee of 3. Cool. Good. 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 Okay, so my boss is dead. My boss was bleeding and then he was nommed by a vampire. Well, shit. Might be a situation where we run for some clue markers and then just try to get off the table really quick. We're pretty swamped. Alright, so I've got 4 guys left. So let's get in here and let's get some clue markers because we're gonna get just swamped. So my guy's gonna move twice. And then this guy's got another pistol. So he's going to shoot his other pistol at the zombie first. Just to try to get him off the table. Alright, at a 5 and a 1, it's not going to do shit. So then he's just going to move his 6. You know what? He's just going to force combat with the zombie because I want to get some more zombies off the table. He's going to force combat with that zombie. 8 and a 7. That zombie is toast. I feel like I need some revenge for my boss dying on turn 2. So, been nommed by a vampire because he was bleeding. Alright, let's see. This rifle lady here, she's going to reload as her movement, and then she's going to fire into the zombie. At a 1 and a 7, she ain't doing shit. The guy next to her is going to do the same thing. Reloading and shooting. 5 and a 2, he's also not going to do shit. Fuck. Oh, this is going poorly. Very poorly. So I think our goal right now is mad dash for some of the markers because we're not having a good time killing things. So I think we got to get up in this platform here and put some space between us. Okay. So that sucks, but it is what it is. Is what it is. Spooky tree cam. Ooh. Alright, then we're going to go to turn 3. We have to figure out where the new zombie is going to spawn. New zombie is going to spawn in 10, which is going to be 3, 6, 9, 10. We'll spawn over here. Bonk. Like that. It's in the middle of the corner. Okay. Alright. Let's do it. This guy's hauling ass all the way up in that tree. That's what he's doing. He's not going to have an activity to check the marker, but he's going to at least get up there to it for next turn and put some room between him and some of the zombies. The Highlander is going to... She doesn't have a ranged weapon at all. So she's going to move up and force combat with that zombie. Actually, you know what? No, she's not. She's going to come try to save this guy. Who, might add, has been kicking ass. But still. So she's going to do her first move. And then her second action is going to be a move to force combat with that zombie. At a 0-0, she is not doing anything. The zombie gets to hit her back. At a 0 and a 7, he's not doing anything. Okay. We get to move one more guy. Choices. Alright, you know what? This guy here, as much as he's been a melee brawler powerhouse, we need to see what's in some of these things. So he's going to move up, and then he's going to check this. Now, let's look up how to do these checks. So I think it has a target number. So let's look that up. 8. Then make a check. T and 8. Figures, blah, 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 blah. Alright, so we make a check and then we roll on the table. Let's do it. 8 and 3, we pass the check. And then, let's see, this is a 5-digit table, so we'll break out a D10. So every 2 is a result, basically. Alright, so we got a 2, so we got the first result. Strange candelabra. The investigating figure may pick up the candelabra without spending an action, so he does. This figure is reduced to 0 health. It drops the candelabra where it falls. Mark this spot on the table. Any other unit may pick this up, the candelabra, simply by ending a move action adjacent to it while carrying the candelabra. All figures' attacks count as blessed. Oh, okay. So I guess he's... I guess that means he's just going to do extra damage now. That's pretty cool. Yes. Fancy candelabra from Sigmar. Alright, now all of the zombies get to go. Alright, so this zombie. Bonk. Attacking in. At a 5 and a 6, it is not enough. My lady is going to attack back. At a 1 and a 4, it is not enough. Okay. Next zombie. Attack it in. 3 and a 3, not enough. My lady attacking back. 3 and a 7 is not... because they have a defense of 12. So. Last zombie. Moving in. Attacking in. 1 and an 8 is not enough. 8 and an 8 is enough. That's going to be 8 plus 1 is 9 into the zombie. She already has 7 on her. So she is cut in half like Voltron. Okay. That's half the zombies done. Let's see. Which one of these is closer? 5. Okay. Zombie. Double moving to get to her. Attacking in. Come on, Highlander. You can do it. Oof. A 9 and an 8 is enough. So that's going to be 8 points of damage to the Highlander. You know what? Let's use it. Let's use my other dice. See if we can negate some of this. At a 0, I negate none of it. So that's a wasted magic dice. And 8 points of damage for my Highlander. Well, Highlander's going to attack that zombie back. At a 4 and a 4, she does not do it. Oof. Swinginess makes that very hard. This guy's going to move in, attack this guy. Zombie's going to move in and attack the trooper. 5 and an 8. Does he have 13 or 14? Either way, the zombie has +1, so it doesn't matter. So that's going to be 8 points of damage on him as well. Man. Alright, he's going to attack the zombie back. The 5 and a 3, he's not doing shit. Oof, these zombies are really chewing on people. Christ. Alright, last up we have the vampire, who's going to... You know what? I think it makes more sense to have the vampire attack the bloodied people, because he's a vampire, than attack just whoever's closest. Like, in my brain, that makes the most sense, you know? So, vampire, I want to suck your blood. Gotta move up there. Gonna attack our buddy. 9 and 2 plus a melee of 3 is enough. But isn't enough to kill him. Let's see. Okay, so the vampire. Let's double check the vampire stats because I'm pretty sure the vampire is a melee of 3. So the vampire just walking around draining necks, man. Shit. Alright, vampire is a melee of 3. He has no weapons, so he's just like vampire. Alright, so he has a melee of 3, so that means that he just did 14 defense, which he has, right? This was 9. This must have been 2. Yeah, because he did 14 total. Okay, 14 total. So I guess that's actually going to be melee. So it's going to be 2 points of damage. How much life does the supernatural veteran have? Okay, so he's going to have 2 points of life left. Youch. Youch. Youch, I say. Well, you know what? He's going to attack the fucking vampire back. Fuck you, vampire. With a 6 and a 0, he ain't doing shit. Man, vampire out here just preying on everybody that's weak. Crap. Big crapper. Big mega crapper. Alright, so I've got 3 more dudes to activate. So both of these guys are both going to reload, and they're going to shoot into the vampire. So first guy, 9 and a 1 is not going to be enough. Second guy, a 9 and a 2. The vampire definitely has more than a 12. So that's not enough either. This guy's going to... He's going to reload, and I guess he has to shoot into the vampire, because he's dead. Besides running away, there's no way for him to get out of this. He could technically run away, but then he's just going to abandon his bros. And that doesn't seem very heroic. So he's going to reload, and he's going to shoot into the vampire. At a 7, he's not going to do anything. Alright, we got another zombie spawning. Let's figure out where he spawns. Ugh. He's spawning in a 6, which is going to be back here. Alright. Well, I guess we'll keep going with these guys first. So this guy's going to check this dice as well. So we're going to do a TN check of that. At a 1 and a 9, he passes the TN. And then we're going to roll for it. We get an 8. Let's see what's in that one. It might just be time for my guys to fucking skedaddle, because they're getting fucking ass kicked. They are not holding their own against these things. Add a power dice or fate dice to your die pool. Oh, that's pretty good. Alright, we'll take that. Crap. Mega crap, dude. Alright, well he picked that up, so that's gone. This is the candelabra. You know what? like, while everything's distracted, I'm gonna check the thing. This guy, he's gonna reload and he's gonna shoot into the zombie that's wounded. So at a 9 and a 6, that's gonna be 2 points of damage going through. So the zombie's gone. Man, this one musketeer has done all of the damage, like, for real. This guy is just fucking taking names. He is boss. Like, fucking, like, I don't know, his name should be, like, Big Dick Bob or something. Christ, he's killed everything. Okay, last but not least is the Highlander. She's just gonna go... Trying to figure out what zombie I want her to fight. She could go try to check this dice. Yeah, we'll go have her fight this unwounded zombie over here. She's a paladin-y type, so... Alright, 6 and 4 is 10. Let's check her melee stat. I think it's more than 1. Yep, it's 2, so that works. So that's going to be 7 damage into that zombie. Zombie gets to hit her back. At a 9 and an 8, that's going to work. I'm going to take a power dice to try to reduce that damage. So it's going to reduce it by 3 because I rolled a 6. So she's still going to take 5 points of damage, which is going to be enough to kill her. Goodbye, my sweet paladin lady. Goodbye, mommy greatsword. You're gone. Okay, that sucked. Now all the zombies get to go. So, shoop. This zombie into the Gleeman. The 6 and the 0s aren't going to do anything. Gleeman's going to hit him back. 3 and a 9, that's going to be enough. So that's going to be 9 points of damage into that zombie. This zombie into the Gleeman. 8 and a 0 is not enough. Gleeman into the zombie. 0 and a 2 is not enough. I'm going to try to see this zombie into that dude up there. 5 and a 6. That's 11. He has a defense of 13, so not enough. Him into the zombie. 2 and 6 is not enough. Okay, zombie backs off. This zombie here is going to force combat with this rifleman in the back there. We've got 4 and 9, which is enough to hit him for 4 points of damage. Zombie just like runs over and nulls on his arm. Guy hits the zombie back. 5 and 1, not enough. Zombie backs off. Okay. Now, the Fated Vampire coming in to kill the Gleeman. A 0 and a 7, that's not enough, even if the vampire is +3. So that's... Gleeman's gonna hit the vampire back. 8 and 3 is 13 plus 1 for melee. No, this is gonna be 12. I believe the vampire is 14. Let's double check. Vampire has a defense of 15. Alright. Well, that fucking sucks. Big ouchie. Okay. Well, vampire backs off. Okay. Now I get to activate the Gleeman on the 2 riflemen. I think the vampire is pretty much an unbeatable... He's pretty much unbeatable. I don't think I have anything that can beat him without like a concentrated effort from multiple models. Which is fair. I mean, he's a vampire. That's very fitting. But with the way I'm rolling on the musket shots, like... But you know what? I don't know. I feel like they should keep shooting the vampire. Alright, so both the musket guys are going to reload, and they're going to shoot the vampire. First musket guy, 6 and 6 is 12. Right infantrymen don't have an accuracy that's particularly high, do they? They have a 1 accuracy. Okay, so it's still below. Alright, second one going out. 6 and a 5 is also below. So they again spent another entire turn shooting at the vampire and doing nothing. The Gleeman, he's going to reload and shoot into this wounded zombie. And a 6 and an 8, that'll be enough to kill it. Just so he can get some heads off the table, because we're going to have another one spawn. Okay, that's going to be the end of turn 3. Going into turn 4, where's zombie spawn? Or no, I guess this... Yeah, this is actually turn 5. So zombie's going to spawn back there. Let's grab another zombie. So at the end of this turn, we're going to have another vampire spawn. Fucking youch, man. Alright. Let's try that. Is that cool? Do we like this camera? There we go. That's pretty fun. I like that. Alright. Man. Okay. We're in a pretty bad way. So I think we're just going to try to... We're going to get into position. To make it out with at least the cultist. I think that's going to be our goal. Alright, so the occultist, first off, he's going to check this TN10. Alright, he makes that, and then we're going to roll to see what it is. It's a 5. Treat all investigating figures melee attacks as silver for the rest of the scenario. Okay. Not particularly useful, but we'll take it. And then he's... He's just going to huff it. No, I don't... Yeah, he's just going to huff it. We're gonna leave that one behind. Crap. So the thing is, if I hoof it with everybody, some people will survive, which will be good, but all right. You know what? Let's hoof it. So otherwise, we're just going to start sacrificing people. So I'm going to get the Gleeman off the table. So he's going to run away and be safe. I'm also going to get the musket guy with the candelabra off the table. So they both made it off the table as well. Now all the zombos are going to get to go. This one's going to come in and force combat with this musket guy. Got a 4 and a 3. It's not going to do anything. Musket guy's going to hit him back. 7 and 7. It's going to be 7 points of damage into that zombo. Next zombo is going to do the same thing. 8 and a 9, however, is enough. That's going to be enough to kill this infantryman. This guy's going to try to get to her, but he's going to be just short of being on forced combat. This guy's going to get to your cultists, and she's going to force combat with him. 0 and a 2, she's not going to do anything. He's going to hit her back at 9 and an 8, and that will be enough to turn her to dust. Sorry, one of the dice is like weird and stuck. Okay, fixed it. And then the vampire, I guess, is going to go after this infantryman. At a 1 and a 7, it is not going to be enough. The infantryman is going to hit the vampire back. At a 3 and a 2, it's not going to be enough. Alright. Now I'm going to activate and move the infantryman off the table. Now another vampire is going to spawn. And another zombie. Alright, so let's see. Where's the zombie going to spawn? This is important because it could, in theory, get in the way. Zombie's going to spawn here. And where's the vampire going to spawn? Vampire's going to spawn back here. Okay. Going into turn 6. You know, we're not going to risk it for this last Joel. We're just going to get him off the table. That's what we're going to do. So, end of turn 6. 4 guys off the table. Everyone else is dead. Here in the Deadlands of Meat Forest. That vampire was just like terrifying. Okay, so who survived? Our cultist survived. We had a rifleman survive. We had the Gleeman, who's our supernatural investigator, when another rifleman survived. We lost our Highlander, rifleman, and our boss. Alright. So let's see what happens in the end phase of these scenarios. Let's check it out and see what happens. Hold on one second. Let me set the camera back up so you guys can see the book. Okay, so what happens in the end phase for a thing for this? +1 experience if you investigated 3 or more. We got 3, okay. Kill 5 or more revenants. We killed 6 revenants. Nobody killed a vampire. If at least 4 soldiers exit the table, we got that one. We got the candelabra, so +2. Okay, so we accomplished most of the goals. The only one we didn't accomplish was the Silver Cross, and we didn't kill a vampire. We nailed everything else there. Alright, so what happens if it's a campaign? Now we see who dies and stuff. Okay, let's see. Injury and death table. Okay, if they die on the terror check, they go into the madness table. If they are reduced to 0 health, they go in the injury and death table. Okay, so let's roll. Alright, so for the Highlander, she got a 3, so she would have a permanent injury. Roll once in the permanent injury table. She would have a arm wound, so reduces her melee. Okay, my boss would die on a 1. Fucking youch. And the rifleman is complete recovery. Interesting. Okay, and then we get experience. Okay. Reorganize, re-equip. So does just the boss gain experience, or does everybody gain experience? I don't see any way to track experience on this chart, which is a little annoying. But I guess everybody gains experience and goes up in the tables. Okay. Interesting. Well, I think I'm probably going to call it there because I want to get some food because I am starving. And there is some some leftover pizza with my name on it downstairs. Overall, the theme is interesting. The monsters are scary because of how swingy the dice are. So most things have a defense of at least 10, which means that if you're rolling 2 dice, you're going to be doing probably a good chunk of damage every time you hit. So it's really not going to be a game where like you get nickel and dimed down. It's probably going to be a situation where like you get 1 or 2 shot kind of deal, which is not necessarily bad, but it does mean that combat is very. It's going to feel very swingy. You know, when you take, if you only have 10 life and you take more than 5 damage in that, it's going to feel really ouch. Which means you're not going to actually want to do combat, which is interesting. Yeah, very interesting. The swinginess of combat is very weird. Because in Stargrave, for example, you roll a d20, and the d20 has to get higher, and then whatever's on the d20 is also your damage. This So, I'm rolling 2 dice, right? This is 6 and a 0, right? If I have a skill-based weapon, that 0 is useless. But this is always going to fail because it's not going to be above anything's defense. In Stargrave, you roll 2 dice against each other, right? And then, like, whoever wins that combat does damage with the damage off their dice. So, like, if I roll a 5 and you roll a 6, you're going to win. But I have 10 armor, so your dice does nothing. If you rolled a 12, you wouldn't do 12 points of damage to me, you'd do 2, because it'd be minus my armor. I think that system works a little bit better and is slightly less swingy. Not super fond of how, like, 1 or 2 melees was enough to kill, like, everybody. Especially from the NPCs. Right? Because, like, these aren't intended to be other players. They're intended to be NPCs. You kind of want to, like, be able to fight, like, a whole bunch of zombies, you know? Like, just pile into them and just, like, chop away kind of thing. You know what I mean? You can't really do that in this. Yeah. Definitely interesting. Definitely interesting. But yeah. Was neat to see. And yeah. And definitely fun to play a little spooky game on the spookiest of holidays today. In the Spookster. Where did the extra red dice go? In the Spookster of the Hollow of the Weens. But, yeah. Definitely interesting. Not super sure how motivated I am to play a bunch more. The swinginess is kind of meh. But we'll see. We'll see. I might investigate maybe some of the, like, 1-page rules, like Warcry variant. I might investigate some of that and see how that looks. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it there because I'm going to get me some lunch on this spoopy holiday. Thank you guys for watching, as we put a team together and played all in one video, which is kind of crazy, but we did it. And I hope everybody has a happy Halloween. And I hope you get lots of tricks and treats on this holiday. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call it there. Thank you guys for watching, and keep on keeping on.